What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 100 of Career Mode. And as you can see, it is a 1 hour special. I'm going to say straight away, if you guys could leave a like on this, it would be really appreciated, because this is going to take an absolute age to just, render. I mean, it's taken so long to edit, but yeah, if you guys could leave a like, that would be awesome. But basically what I have in store for this episode, other than, of course, a 1 hour special, is that there is also going to be a live comp for you guys as well. So I this should be a surprise to most of you. This episode should be finished made before episode 99 has came out. But in the last episode, I would have asked for you guys to suggest what you think is going to be episode 100. Not sure whether any of you would have got it or not. But yeah, 1 hour special. I wasn't sure what to do really. I had like a list of things I was planning to do. One of them was I was going to resign as Liverpool manager, or I don't know if there's actually a way to do that really, but sort of try and resign as Liverpool manager anyway, and take as many jobs as possible, apply for every single job in the potential job offers. And one of them was to resign as South Korea manager and get the what's it called? I can't think of what it's called, but the sort of Dubai international management offer from the EA Sports Football Club section of the game, and take over as England manager. Of course, with Euro 2016 just around the corner. And I wasn't really sure what to do, to be honest. There was a few things I was considering. I was thinking of starting a completely new career mode series, but now I thought, I don't really want to do that, to be honest. So there were a few things I was considering, but in the end I decided what I would do is try and do like a long episode. And I thought 30 minutes is a very long episode, of course. 30 minutes would be quite cool, and I thought, do you know what, why not go for 1 hour? It's a very, very long thing to do. I thought, what's wrong with an hour? I mean, obviously 30 minutes is a very long video anyway, but 1 hour is just a complete monster of an episode, and hopefully you enjoy it, really. Hopefully you enjoy it. Obviously I've done a live game halfway through this episode. I think it's about 20 minutes in. That is against Newcastle United, one of the title rivals, and it's in the Premier League, and it's Chevalier's first time he comes back to Anfield since leaving for £50 million during the January transfer window of last season, and it's a great game. Look forward to that. So I did a live con, because obviously talking for 1 hour straight would be very hard, but yeah, I really hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please leave a like. That'll be really appreciated, because this is going to take a lot of work, and it has done already. But yeah, if you could leave a like, that would be awesome. I'm sure I'll remind you some point during the end, but yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, 1 hour special. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it. There's like I say, a lot of games obviously, and that live com is pretty interesting as well. But anyway, here you see us take on Valencia in the Champions League. We won the first game against Aston Villa, and this was against Valencia in the first knockout stage of the Champions League. And Mario Balotelli gets us off and underway here with a composed finish from the Italian. He is just so cool when he goes 1-on-1. And obviously we drew the first leg 2-2 away in Spain. We got 2 late goals, one from Balotelli, one from Cavani. 2 priceless away goals, but Valencia, they weren't going to lie down. Eva Banega, the Argentine, one of my Football Manager legends, believe it or not, back in Football Manager 2012, was amazing for United. But yeah, he got Valencia back in the game. But this was Sterling finding Balotelli through 1-on-1 once again, and it was a carbon copy, just a simple side foot past the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. 2-1. Obviously Valencia had to score at least twice if we were going to draw this game, for those away goals, of course, to be okay. But this was a tackle here from Azpilicueta, which I thought was amazing, but the referee said penalty, and unfortunately Valencia had the chance to level the score up after, again, what I thought was a pretty decent challenge. Just before half time, Soldado steps up against David De Gea, and he ends up stuttering and putting the ball down the middle. So 2-2 at this stage, the exact same result as things stood as the first tie. So as things stood, we were going to go to extra time, but El Qatari, who is just an absolute monster in the air, of course, being 6'7", gets his head to that corner from Belanda to make it Liverpool 3, Valencia 2. They came through here. This was a really, really good save from David De Gea. He's such an amazing goalkeeper, man. I swear, if you play career mode, you've got to buy him. He is absolutely incredible. But Valencia gave the ball away from the corner. Not sure what they were trying to do there. Zuma found Wilshere, who found Sterling. Sterling down the right hand side found Cavani. This is a nice little ball across to Yunus Belhanda on the break. Liverpool to make it 4-2, and it's a simple finish for Belhanda past. I can't pronounce the goalkeeper's name. It's Gaita or Guaita, or it's like Guaita. I don't know how you pronounce that, but anyway, Belhanda put the ball past him to make it 4-2 to Liverpool. At this stage, it was looking very rosy. It looked like Valencia weren't going to come back at all. But of course, if they were going to come back and level the score, then they would go through on away goals. But Balotelli completes his hat-trick, this time not with a side foot finish, but a smash into the top corner. 5-2 to Liverpool. Once again, David Hare makes a very nice save here to put the ball away for a corner. But with 10 minutes to go, unfortunately, from that resulting corner, Soldado swung it in, and it ended up getting put in by, I'm not sure who this was, Rami, there you go, the defender, to make it 5-3. But 7-5 on aggregate. Liverpool go through to the next stage of the Champions League, which is of course the quarterfinals, where they will take on Bayern Munich. So you'll be able to see that in this episode as well. But it was back to domestic matters after this game. We had to take on Bolton in the FA Cup at the Reebok Stadium. Obviously rested pretty much the entire side, if not the entire side, to be honest, due to the fact that of course we played Valencia and all the players were knackered. But obviously taking on Bolton, no disrespect, but I felt like this will be a pretty easy game because Bolton aren't really the strongest of the sides, and Carroll got us up and underway just 24 minutes in, a nice fake shot and a lovely side foot finish with his weaker right foot in off the post to make it 1-0 to Liverpool. But straight from kickoff here, Bolton come forward eventually, here we go. Bolton come forward. I wasn't really defending very well in this game, I must admit. Bolton had a few good chances, and this was one of them. And God getting past, I think it was Anne, and what a great save by Nathan Beck, the goalkeeper we signed from Stoke City. But this was Andy Carroll playing the ball to Nathan Redmond here down the right hand side. Redmond loses the ball but gets it back, and his left foot half volley hits the post. But that's how the game finishes. Bolton 0, Liverpool 1. A good save from Nathan Beck, and a pretty boring game to be honest. But Bolton did have a couple of chances, but my young fake goalkeeper did pretty well there. And a player returns from injury. As you can see, Alberto Massi is back and ready to join up with the first team, which is awesome. Of course, because Massi, he's obviously we sold Daniel Agger, and obviously we signed Massi with the money. And Agger, I never really liked Daniel Agger, to be honest. I never really liked Agger. I don't know what it was about him. I didn't like him at all. And Massi, of course, we all know, of course, grows to a very good potential. I think he's rated 78 or 79 at the moment. Agger was rated 84, but on the downslope. And I'm pretty confident Massi can get to the mid-80s by the time he finishes his career. So for a backup centre-back, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think he'll do pretty well every time that we need to call upon him. It's never nice to see a player injured. But anyway, you see some scouts here, scouting reports, of course. Not too many good players, unfortunately. A couple of decent ones, but not too many good players. And I think what I'm going to do in the summer is sack one of my scouts, either my South Korean or English one, because my Paraguayan one has got some amazing stats, but the South Korean and English ones have got some pretty poor ones. So what I might do is fire one of them, or even both of them, and then pick up a world-class one, and hopefully pick up some better players, really, because I've got some decent players in the academy, but I'd like to get some more world-class ones like Felipe Marcano. But anyway, we had some international friendlies here. We won the first one, I think, with South Korea, and ended up losing the second one, which is to be expected against Spain. But even so, that was perfectly fine. Reece Bennett got an injury whilst he was away with England. He's out for 7 days. He's another one of my reserve centre-backs, really. And then I went into the contract side to offer Andy Carroll a new contract. 4 months left on his contract, and I don't want to see him leave on a free agent because he's, of course, 84 overall, so he's worth about 15 or 20 million, and I certainly don't want to see him leave on a free agent, so hopefully we can pick him up on a new deal. He's actually a pretty decent striker, Carroll. He's on the bench all the time because of Cavani, and Balotelli's my second choice striker, really, but he's a very good striker, Carroll, obviously very good in the air, and I've certainly got no problem keeping him. But anyway, against Everton here, you see Sterling's cross blocked. It came to Belhanda, and then Cavani, I was saying about Cavani being my first choice, fires the ball miles over the bar. And this, unfortunately, was a really, really frustrating game. I'm not very good in the snow, I must admit. It's one of those weather conditions, like the rain, I'm just not very good at, and the snow, I just find the snow so hard to play my game, because obviously, when you 1-2 chip through balls, for example, they end up going like miles wide, of course, if it bounces off the surface. And anyway, Massi gives away a penalty here. I thought it was a good challenge, to be honest, but Penalty to Everton. Jelavic stepped up. He has scored in every single penalty he's taken against us, I'm pretty sure, and he doesn't miss here either. Sends the hair the wrong way, and 27 minutes in, it was Everton 2, Liverpool 0. Looked as though we were going to get our second league loss of the series. Season. Series. We'd have won a lot of things by now, but yeah, it looked like we were going to get our second league loss of the season, only really, because it's been an amazing season. But here was Belanda picking up the ball and letting fly from range, but it just went over. I just really couldn't get into this game. I didn't feel like I had any pace, to be honest, even though I had Sterling and Bale on the wings. I didn't really feel like their pace was getting utilised, and I just couldn't seem to get past Everton really and into the box. I was restricted to taking long range shots, which I'm not too bad with Belanda, but to be honest, I'm not really that great at long range shots on FIFA 13. But anyway, here you see Belanda picking up the ball, and once again he plays the ball into Bale. Bale's shot hits the post, but there's Cavani to put the ball into the empty net. That was very, very fortunate that the Uruguayan was there in time. But with 10 minutes to go, Azpilicueta found Andy Carroll. We were still trailing by a goal. Carroll cuts inside, but with his right foot shot, it's well saved by the goalkeeper. And unfortunately, we do lose the game. Merseyside derby belongs to Everton. Unfortunately, it was a very frustrating game. Like I say, we were restricted to long range shots and just couldn't seem to break them down. And Everton beat us. The second team in the league that's beat us this season in the Premier League. So that's not too bad, but even so, it was still very frustrating. But there's a youth player that wants out. I think I actually going to release him, to be honest, because he's got some pretty poor stats. But yeah, here you see the Bayern Munich game, the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals away at the Allianz Arena to take on Bayern Munich. Of course, a very strong side, and as you would have seen there, starting up front for Bayern Munich is Luis Suarez, which will be obviously awesome the first time we play against Suarez. But Balotelli gave us the lead at just 27 minutes in. What a great finish from Balotelli. And it was 1-0 to Liverpool. Absolutely superb start here in Germany. This was Ribery going forward. Great save by De Gea, but unfortunately the rebound was put in by Thomas Müller to make the score. 1-1 at this stage, just before half-time. And straight from the half-time mark, Balotelli picks up the ball and finds Bale. What a great back heel by Bale. But Balotelli, for some reason, used his left foot instead of his right one. And the shot was pretty easy for Manuel Neuer. But here you see in the 67th minute, Bayern Munich going through here. Alaba goes through. Nice piece of dribbling, but what a great tackle that was. And look at that, absolutely courageous blocking from El Qatari, I think it was, as we end the game at 1-1. So we get a priceless away goal, which is nice. So if we draw the return leg 0-0 at Anfield, we'll go for on away goals. But even so, that was a very lucky performance. We didn't play very well, and we did very, very well to come away with a 1-1 draw. But Andy Carroll signs a new contract. I think it's a 3-year contract, so he'll be about 30 when he finishes that one. So we'll probably look to shift him on then. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased we got to sign Carroll on a new contract. But here's another look at the youth squad monthly report. Of course, there is one player that stands out, which I say every single time, Philippe Marcano. But some of the players still looking very good. That South Korean playmaker looks very good as well, as does that Paraguayan sort of holding midfielder. But actually going to release this youth player. He was the one that said he wanted to leave the club because we hadn't offered him a contract, and he doesn't look that great, to be honest. And here is a squad report as well. It really does suck. Paulo Gazzaniga is not growing at all anymore, and that is a real shame, because obviously Nathan Beck is now my second choice goalkeeper, but Paulo Gazzaniga has just stopped growing completely, and that sucks. That really does suck. Hopefully he can grow some more. But some of the players are looking very good. Alban out to an 85, which is amazing. Both my strong holding midfielders in Gonalons and Casemiro now an 85, Wilshere an 88. Obviously we've got two 90s in Bale and Cavani. Bale's a 91, Belanda's an 86, Zaha's up to an 82. This squad is absolutely incredible. I've got to say, you look at the amount of young players we've got in it as well. For the long-term future, Liverpool could be a very, very dominant force in all the competitions they enter. But anyway, the following game is against Wolves in the Premier League. Wolves travelling to Anfield. Wolves down the bottom end of the table, sort of fighting to stay in the league at the moment. And I thought to myself, this would be a pretty easy game. Still played a full strength squad, but I still thought it would be a pretty easy game. But this was Sterling down the right hand side, Elakobi trying to catch up. He couldn't really, and it's a great cross in by Sterling. Cavani got very lucky there. I don't think that goal should have been his. I think that should have been an own goal, but even so, 1-0 to Liverpool. This was Sterling down the right hand side, going through against Bath, cuts inside, and with his left foot shot, it unfortunately hits the post. But here come Wolves back here with Sacco, the Frenchman playing through Griffiths. His tackle by Shaw, and this was another one of those frustrating penalty decisions. Is it a penalty? Not entirely sure. Yes, he's holding his shirt, but he's going away from the goal, going out of the box, and I don't know. It's given. I can't complain. But yeah, penalty to Wolves. Unfortunately, Luke Shaw also got a booking. I think he did. Anyway, Griffiths stepped up, and unfortunately for me, it hit the post and it came straight back to him to make it 1-1. So that was very frustrating. But once again, we came through here. Bale going through 1-on-1, his shot hitting the post, and then Hennessy going out for a corner. So twice we'd hit the woodwork in this game. This was Cavani playing the ball out wide to Sterling, and then his shot hit the post. So 3 times the woodwork had been hit already. Then Henderson picks up the ball here, plays the ball inside eventually before crossing the ball in at the far post, and Cavani hits the post as well. And yeah, 4 times the ball hit the woodwork in that game. We couldn't score a second goal, and unfortunately the game finishes 1-1. That was so frustrating. How we didn't come away with 3 points there is a mystery. But that was 2 games in the league without a win. Very annoying. And Sterling also picked up an injury in that game, and he is going to be out for 8 weeks. That absolutely sucks. Hopefully we can get him back to full fitness before the end of the season. But yeah, that absolutely sucks. But here's the return leg of the Champions League quarter final. This one against Bayern Munich, of course. Why did I say this one? Of course it's going to be Bayern Munich. It's the second leg. But Suarez came through here. Brilliant challenge. That was by, I think it was Kurt Zouma. And De Gea hits the ball out to Balotelli, who finds Belanda. Belanda finds Andy Carroll, who actually had starting ahead of Cavani in this game. It was actually a tactical reason why I had Carroll starting. I thought in the first leg we were missing some height from crosses, so I thought I'd start Carroll, see if the tactical move would work out in my favour. And I think for that goal you have to praise Andy Carroll. Some nice footwork as he held on to the ball there, as we made it 1-0 early on, and really did put us in the driving seat here. And this was Muller's shot hitting the post, and then Kurt Zouma clearing the ball away. Very unlucky there, Bayern Munich. And just before half time, De Gea again a little bit lucky there as he hit the ball against Kurt Zouma. He found Wilshere. Wilshere found Gareth Bale, who skipped past Alaba. This is a nice piece of dribbling from Bale. Down the right hand side, Gareth Bale takes on Luis Gustavo, crosses the ball in, and like I said, I had Carroll primarily for some height in the field, and he was doing very well. Andy Carroll had a superb game here, and he also won the ball back here against Bas Duba, and shot from range. Manuel Neuer made a good save as the ball came out for a corner, but like I said, Carroll was having a superb game, and he also capped it with a goal. What a header that was by Carroll past Neuer to make it 2-0 to Liverpool. The tie was surely sealed at this stage, as Carroll was having an absolutely superb game, and my tactical decision seems to be working out in my favour. But this was Alba picking up a bad injury, an unfortunate knock against Iron Robin there in a challenge, and unfortunately Alba, like Sterling, is going to be out for around 2 months. So that completely sucks, because we're in the business end of the season, and to be missing key players really does not help. But anyway, from this goal kick here, Neuer kicks it up. It comes to El Qatari, gives the ball away. Through goes Tony Cruz on goal, 1-on-1. But what about this for a challenge by Kurt Zouma? Absolutely superb. And we go up the pitch here. Jack Wilshere playing through Carroll, who had an absolutely incredible game. He plays the ball across to Wilfried Zaha, and Zaha cuts the ball across to Carroll. His second goal of the game. Carroll just had an absolutely incredible game. And some tough defending as well meant that we were surely going to go through at this stage. Liverpool 3, Bayern 0, 4-1 on aggregate. Bayern coming through here once again. De Gea making a good save, and the ball nodded back to him by Klein. So the full-time score: Liverpool 3, Bayern Munich 0, 4-1 on aggregate, and yeah, through to the Champions League semi-finals, where we will take on Manchester City. Cannot wait for that. The treble is still on, and yeah, as you can see here, Jordi Alba is going to be out for around 2 months. But as always, guys, it is a 1 hour special. I've said before that if you can leave a like, that would be awesome. I'm just going to take a quick break and get a drink, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hope you're enjoying it so far, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I'm back, and yes, thank you for giving me a second to breathe. I'll just have to edit that out, and yeah, there should be no spaces. Anyway, we start the next episode. Jesus, 1 hour special. We're only about 15 minutes in. The next game against Southampton, and Southampton, of course, a sort of a bottom half team in this game at the moment. Not doing very well, down a relegation zone, and hopefully they can stay up, because I sort of like Southampton on the game, and in real life they're quite nice as well. But anyway, Cavani made it 1-0 there, and Klein was of course coming back to his former stadium in St Mary's, of course, as was Luke Shaw, as was Gareth Bale. Wow, I've actually got quite a few Southampton players, haven't I? Anyway, Zaha came through here and chipped the ball over Velfuisen to make it Southampton 0, Liverpool 2. 2 goals right before half-time. That was very nice. And at this stage it looked like it was going to be Liverpool's game and nothing else. But this was hilarious. Straight from half-time, Mayuka went down the left-hand side here and found Lee. Anyway, the ball was well saved from David De Gea. And Casemiro, I'll be honest, what I was trying to do there was head the ball behind for a corner. I didn't want to press circle and sort of just hoof the ball away. I wanted to clear the ball for a corner, because I actually wanted to check my phone, because I just received a text, and when I went to head the ball away, I didn't realise Casemiro wasn't going to put much power on it, and it went straight into the net. That was hilarious. But yeah, Southampton 1, Liverpool 2. We got the win, so even though that own goal went in, we took the win. But here you see, 8 games to go. We are 7 points ahead of Newcastle, which is awesome. And here is the live com part of the episode. Hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, I will see you in about 20 minutes, and hopefully you enjoy this game against Newcastle United. What's up, guys, and welcome to the live part of Career Mode. Hopefully you're enjoying episode 100, and this is the live commentary I think I would have said at the start I was going to do. Obviously it is well, you can see him there. Obviously it is of course against Newcastle United, who you would have seen in the league table are basically our only title rivals. It's a 2-horse race at the moment, Liverpool versus Newcastle. Wow, that's not good. I never really like to have players on light green fitness playing. I might have Choi on the bench, to be honest. He's been pretty good every time I played him. Redmond ahead of Zaha. See, I don't usually bring these players on anyway, so Bennett ahead of Matthews, 78 anyway. So yeah, this is the live part of this episode. Obviously, I would have said at the start, I'm pretty sure I would have done, that I was going to do a live game, just to, I mean, you know, it's a 1 hour special, so, you know, to talk for 1 hour about the gameplay you're watching on the screen is going to be hard. So to have some kind of live com in the middle sort of eats up like 15 to 20 minutes, probably even longer than that, to be honest. So it really does help, and that's why I decided to do a bit of a live game, and I thought I'd do this one. There's a few good games to choose between for episode 100. Could have done the FA Cup semi against Stoke, or as you would have seen by now, the Champions League semis against Manchester City. But I thought I'd go with Newcastle, because it's the main game in the Premier League, really. Win this game, and you know, we should be winning this title with ease. However, if Newcastle win, then unfortunately the title race is right back in it. But yeah, it is also Chevalier's first game against us at Anfield. He's played in the St James's Park game, but it's Chevalier's return to Anfield since the £50 million move. How will he do? Let's find out. That's a foul. Wow, he's going to book him already. Jesus, what a great start. But yeah, so hopefully you're enjoying episode 100. I'm sure you are. I'm not sure how you guys would have reacted to seeing it's 1 hour long, but hopefully you reacted positively. This is going to take me a very long time to render, I'm sure, but I'm really hopeful you enjoy episode 100. Like I said, being an hour long, it's going to be crazy scary to render. So if you could leave a like, Bale. If you could leave a like rating, that would be awesome. I probably would have said by now if you could leave a like. I'm going to remind you a lot of the time, because it's an hour long special. Jesus, I deserve at least a few likes on it. But yeah, I'm going to remind you guys again come the end of the episode to leave a like. But if you haven't already left a like, please do. It only takes a second, and it really does help the series out. Balotelli, come on, stay onside. Oh, come on. Oh, no way was he offside. No way. Oh, yes, he was. Miles offside. Anyway, actually, I better show the sliders. I like to do this on the live games. If I ever do live games, show the sliders being at 50, because it shows there is no way whatsoever there is any chance of me not using sliders. But there you go. Anyway, I also asked for commentary topics on Twitter. Would have been about 2 weeks ago now. I asked for some commentary topics on Twitter. Get out of all the way, well played. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, there'll be a link below. And if I ever need commentary topics, and I will do for my Our Squad series, then go ahead and follow me if you want to recommend me something to talk about. It can be about anything. And yeah, it'll be cool to have your suggestions. Get away. Ooh, straight ahead. Easy. Oh, no. Meant to press square. That was lucky. But yeah, I asked you guys for some commentary topic suggestions. Going to fish those out in just a second and start talking about those. I've got a couple of good ones, I think. Good blocks, sure. And yeah, we'll discuss those. I'll do it the next time the ball goes dead. Oh, Cavani. That was bad to tell him a poor pass, really. I think I wrote them down, actually. No, I don't think I did. I think I just left them on Twitter. But yeah, like I said, follow me on Twitter if you don't already. If you want to recommend me some commentary stuff to talk about. Go on, Zuma, get up. That was Chevalier going in there. Oh, Tiote, great challenge, El Qatari. That's a woeful ball. Woeful. Simpson's already on a yellow card. I think I should run at him a little bit. Oh, Chevalier. Oh man, I've actually looked at the top scorer list quite a few times, and he is second place with Cavani being first. So if you've been wondering why Newcastle are so good at the moment on this game, it's all to do with Chevalier. He of course left us from us. He left from us for £50 million halfway through last season, and yeah, he's been incredible. Right, let's take a look at the commentary topics that some of you guys suggested for me. And one of them comes from Sheep Rape, who actually suggested me one in my His Journey live commentary. And he says, do you think any kind of afterlife exists? So, you know what that means, heaven and hell, reincarnation, etc., etc. Do I believe in that kind of afterlife concept? That when you die, something may happen. I'm... how do I explain my religious beliefs? I'm basically as liberal as sit on the fence as it gets, really. I literally am... Wow, that was really poor. I really am sort of open to every single concept. And it's just weird for me. I mean, when I was a kid, as a lot of children do, in sort of Britain at least, when they grow up, they're sort of taught the idea of creationism, and God is great, and he had this Bible sort of thing sent down, and no, someone wrote the Bible. See, I don't even understand it, to be honest. It's just it contradicts itself all the time. But I mean, religion does fascinate me, but I'm just not religious at all. But yeah, I used to believe in God and heaven and hell, and if you pray enough times, God will respect you and stuff, and you could earn your rite of passage to a very good afterlife, floating along clouds and stuff, and doing whatever you want to do forever. In an eternity. But obviously, as I grew up, I began to lose faith as I came into my early teens, really. Because how is that a booking? Come on, seriously. I sort of gave up faith because I'm not going to go into it, but I'm a long-term sufferer of mental illnesses and disorders, and I would pray at times to be. How do I say it without giving too much away? See, I'm quite private when it comes to medical sort of, my medical stuff. But I suffer from various different things, and basically my prayers were going unanswered. Fuck off, ref! That is not a foul. My prayers were going unanswered, and I was praying for. Oh God, Chevalier is such a huge man. I need to man mark him. I was praying for certain things that to me were necessary and still are today, to be honest. I'm not going to go into it, but I was praying for things that are necessary to me, things that I need to be happy and to enjoy life, and to sort of believe there's a reason to carry on and not commit suicide, kind of thing. And my prayers were just going unanswered, and that sort of made me lose faith completely in religion and God and heaven and hell. So I stopped being, I guess you could call me a Christian back at that age. You're talking early teens here, sort of childhood years to early teens. So when I was about 14, 15, I just sort of gave up on believing in God, and I just thought to myself, with the amount of contradiction in the religion, and oh my god, oh what a save! David De Gea is an absolute beast on this game. Chevalier is doing everything he can. Come on, De Gea, I need you to keep a clean sheet. So I gave up on the idea of heaven and hell and God, and I just thought, evolution exists. When you die, you're going to rot in the ground, etc., etc. But I am still open to it. That is still kind of what I believe now. I still kind of think to myself, that is probably the most likely outcome. And it is saddening to think that, to think, I'm 20 years old and I'm already conceding to the fact that when I die, I'm not going to get any positive reward for being a nice person, because I am. I'm not going to get any kind of reward and have a nice afterlife and eternity and see all the people that have left me behind, my grandparents, for example, that have unfortunately passed away, and etc., etc. There's no afterlife for them, kind of thing. And nothing. The same will be for me. Nothing will happen, and I'll just die, and the lights will go out. But it doesn't mean that I don't think that is a possibility. I still believe that there is a chance that is true. I haven't given up 100%. But the thing with me is I'm not consigned to one religion, or assigned, I think I should say. Simple for De Gea. I'm up against it in this half. I'm not assigned to believing there is no such afterlife whatsoever. I still believe there is a chance, and I believe there could be anything. If I was to die, and let's say I died tomorrow. I went to sleep tonight and I didn't wake up tomorrow, and suddenly I was in heaven, and God said, there was a God, and for example he said, oh yeah, Christianity is the true religion, you should have believed in it a bit more. What the hell was going on, bruv? I mean, he's not going to say that. But if God was a bit streetwise, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, oh my God, seriously? Wow, I'm so sorry for, sort of neglecting Christianity, kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be like, yeah, I suppose so. There's the Bible and everything. It's not a big surprise. Yeah, if I was to die and, I was to be told I was about to get reincarnated as an elephant, I'll be like, yeah, it's a possibility. Anything can happen. So I'm very sit on the fence kind of thing, really, when it comes to religion, and especially with the afterlife. It always makes me laugh when people are like, oh my God, you believe in heaven and hell, you're such a fucking idiot, that's never going to happen. Really? Have you died, have you? Have you died? Do you know what happens when you die? Have you died and, come back to life? Was it just complete pitch black, have you? Have you experienced death yourself with your own eyes and your own organs? No, of course you haven't. Nobody knows what happens when you die. You can talk about evidence all you like, you can talk about religion all you like, but no one knows what happens when you die. That's the beauty of life. That's the reason why so many people continue to go on, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And some people give up because you don't know what's going to happen. It's a very interesting one, the afterlife. It's a very interesting subject, and I probably haven't made much sense of it in what I've just talked about. But I guess my general answer to that question is: do I believe in the afterlife? I'm open to it. I'm open to the concept. I'm not going to say I do believe in it. I'm not going to say I don't believe in it. But I'm open to the concept. I genuinely do believe there could be an afterlife. So, I mean, obviously, fingers crossed, everyone inside is hoping there is, but we just don't know. Thought Chevalier was going to come off there. So yeah, I am open to the concept of the afterlife, and I guess I kind of do hope there is. I mean, I used to sort of, I did believe in heaven and hell when I was a kid growing up, and I still did sort of have this belief in mid-teens to sort of late teens, if you will. You're talking 15 to 18. Oh, for fuck's sake. I haven't really had any chances, have I? I did believe that there's a sort of like a reward scheme, if you know what I mean, and it sounds ridiculous, but I suppose that's the sort of thing you think of when you're sitting in your house on your own when you're 18 years old and you ain't got a party to go to. I used to sit there and think there might be like a reward scheme, a little bit like heaven and hell, but a little bit different in the sense that, oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. Oh, what a chance for Newcastle. This could make this league a lot more interesting. I used to believe there was like a reward scheme. Oh, Chevalier! Oh, I really want to save it now. Oh, where to go? I'm going to go right. Oh, he's missed it! He's put it wide! Oh, my word. Chevalier returns to Anfield and misses a penalty. Ah, quality. Just when I thought this game was going to be a bad one for a live com. Drama. Yeah, wow. Chevalier, Jesus. The £50 million man misses from the spot. Embarrassing. But yeah, I used to believe in like a reward scheme, a bit like Heaven and Hell. And like I said, I'll be open to this concept being true as well. Sort of like a reward scheme. So if you've been like the most amazing saint in the world, I was hoping Simpson would have tripped him up there. If you've been like the most amazing saint in the world, Ned Flanders from the Simpsons style, straight cruel, you could get reincarnated into the next life as... Oh, Chevalier just came off. That's funny. Could get reincarnated as the next Lionel Messi, if you know what I mean, in the sense that you get to have the perfect life, or Taylor Swift, or I'm just trying to think of like worldwide celebrities that are respected. Justin Bieber, I suppose. I know he's not exactly respected a lot by many people. I don't understand why, but Justin Bieber is like 18, I think he is, something like that, and he's like I think he's 18. I'm not sure. I don't really know Justin Bieber. I know he's a little bit of a kid, but he's I think he's late teens, and he's already like a billionaire. You know, if you've been a saint in your last life, you can go and sort of earn his lifestyle when you get reincarnated. But if you have been a bit of a dick, you've like stabbed 3 kids or whatever, you have to unfortunately face the reality that you're gonna have a bad life. You may what a ball that was. Oh, Bale. Oh, it's 1-0. What a ball that was. I don't know who that was. What a ball, and a great finish by Bale, and this title is ours. Wow, imagine how different the game would have been if Chevalier would have scored that penalty. But yeah, if you'd been a bit of a twat, you get a bad life. You know, you get to, and it sounds horrible really, but it's just what I thought of. You may have to be, unfortunately, a child that grows up in a land of, you know, poverty and... you know, the sort of the cliche, the starving African baby, if you know what I mean. If you've been a bit of a twat in your last life, that's who you get reincarnated as punishment, if you will. And it's all about how you work in the sort of the options, the scenario you've been given. You know, because even the worst type of scenario, you know, like I say, being born as a starving African child is the sort of like the cliche. It's just too easy now. Too easy. Game over. You know, you can still grow up and be a saint. Just because you end up being a child that grows up in a land of poverty doesn't mean you have to resort to a life of crime and etc, etc. So, you know, I kind of believe that, you know, you weren't a person, if you know what I mean. You're a spirit. You're a... what's the word? A spirit. You're a life form, but not exactly a human being, if you know what I mean. Not just a 12-year-old boy, for example. You were just a sort of a spirit, a soul. And like I say, I'm completely open to that concept as well. You know, what's to say that we don't have souls in us? Some of us maybe earn souls. You know, maybe you're not born with a soul. Maybe you have to earn it through hard work and stuff. I don't know. You know, there's all sorts of things really. Life is just a box of chocolates, and I'm gonna get sued for copyright. No, life is a real interesting thing, surprisingly. And no matter how you look at it, there's always people that are going to shoot you down for having your different religious beliefs and off the post, different views on how society should act. You know, I mean, put it this way. You know, my belief has always been, if there is a God, he, she, it, they, whoever, love us all. You know, any of this, you know, you're gay, so you're going to burn in hell crap, to me, it's just pathetic and it's stupid. You know, any Christian that says that to me, I just start laughing, because I just think, you know, who are you to say that? You know, it always makes me think of the, pass it then. Pass it? It's stuck, I'm pressing the buttons and he's just standing there. Oh, come on, EA, that's a joke. That is a joke. That was hilarious. Yeah, you know, I mean, anyone that says that to me, I just stand there laughing, because, just wide. You know, the story of, it was a save. The story of Abraham and his son. I think was his son's name Joseph? I'm not sure. the story of Abraham in the Bible, when Abraham was ordered to kill his son, or sacrifice his son, you should say, by God. And at the last minute, just before he killed him, God said it was just a test and he shouldn't kill him, kind of thing. It was a test of his faith. How far would you go to prove your faith to God? And it always makes me think, maybe that's the same thing with nowadays. Maybe that's the same thing. People, God sort of sent down, people to, what was I going to say? Sorry, God sort of, I don't even remember God ever saying he hates gays, but let's just say he did. I'm not really up to scratch on the Bible, believe it or not. Maybe that's a test of our faith now. Why didn't you not catch that, De Gea? Maybe that's a test of our faith now. Maybe people are tested to see how they stick to the Bible's sort of principles in a society, a modern society. So God could say, I never really read the Bible, but let's just say, God hated gays, and in one of the passages, he said that, gay people will burn in hell, for example. If a man has sex with another man, he will burn in hell for eternity. It always makes me think, what's to say that wasn't a test, and still is a test today, of how people react, and whether they are tolerant. Because to me, my belief is that if there is a God, he, she, it, they, them, love every single life form. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes about it. There's no rules to it. Oh, we love you and you're going to go to heaven only if you do this, kind of thing. What a goal! Was that Ben Arthur? Yes. Wow. What a strike. Game back on. So that's how I see religion. Really, it's just an interesting subject in which I don't really rule out the possibility of any. I'm perfectly happy with anyone's concept. If I was in a bar with a Christian and a Muslim and any other religion you want, really, I would be open to all of their topics and suggestions. But I don't see myself ever confining to one religion, really. So that explains that, and that's the only commentary topic I'm going to get around to, unfortunately. But oh well. I actually really need to concentrate now, because I can see Newcastle nicking an equaliser here. I'll play Jack Wilshere. I'm not going to make any subs. I'm going to rest a lot of players for the what's it called game? Stoke City game. Oh, Cavani. Oh, there's Balotelli. Ah, why didn't I take it down this chest? That was stupid. Anyway, 3 minutes to go, so I'm not going to have time for another commentary topic. So, yeah, hopefully that clears up my sort of views on religion and afterlife and such. I'm not a religious person, like I say. However, I am open to all concepts, and it does fascinate me. Oh, great interception, Kurt Zouma. Zouma is absolutely awesome. Oh, it's a lovely break. Oh, Cavani. Surely. It's game over now. It is game over now. 90th minute scripting and all that bollocks. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. Title is in the bag. Touch wood. Because I can see me throwing it away like last season. Of course, last season the title sort of got away from us when we lost a home game to Man City, if you remember. And then we went on a free... Wow, what a clearance. And then we went on a 3-game loss streak. And that sort of cost us the title. So if we would have lost this game, we could have had the same result, and had Chevalier scored that penalty, we may well have lost. What a ball. Oh, come on. It's a ball. That should be that. Oh, one last chance. Balotelli. Balotelli. Oh, he's going to finish. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been real nice. Oh, anyway. Yeah, there you go. 90 minutes. 3-1 Liverpool. And, wow, cool, animations. We must have secured a place in the Champions League or something. Awesome. But yeah, that's basically the title in the bag now. I think we're like 12 points clear or something. With 7 games to go. The title should be in the bag now, and that is a huge, huge win. But, yeah, I'm going to leave it there, actually, and say thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this live segment of the 1 hour special. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. That would be awesome. I'm sure future me will remember to remind you to leave a like come the end of the episode. But please leave a like if you haven't already. Hopefully you're enjoying the 1 hour special. Hopefully you've enjoyed the live game. And yeah, I'll see you in just a second for my pre-recorded tone. But yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching this live game, and I will see you then. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that live com. That was absolutely incredible. The Chevalier penalty miss was awesome. But yeah, a big win against Newcastle, and you'll see the league table in a minute. We are, I think it's around 9 points clear. We are looking very likely to win this league title. But anyway, the following game was against Stoke in the FA Cup semi-final here at Wembley. And what a shot by Reece Bennett, brilliantly saved by Asmir Begovic. But from that resulting corner, Casemiro swung it in, and it was my other centre-back this time, could put the ball past the Bosnian, and my South Korean giant at the back, putting the ball past Begovic to make it 1-0 to Liverpool. Of course, I rested pretty much my entire side because they were all out of fitness, and no disrespect to Stoke, but we had a far more important game coming up against Manchester City, of course, with our players being knackered. I wouldn't fancy our chances in that game, but regardless of such here, you see a cross come in, and unfortunately Stoke City managed to get themselves back on level terms. Charlie Adam, the former Liverpool midfielder, making it Stoke 1, Liverpool 1. But just after half-time, Casemiro wins the ball back here and finds Carroll. He finds JJ, who takes a shot from range, and Begovic, well, he's got to do a bit better than that, doesn't he? It was a good strike from JJ towards the bottom corner, but to be honest, I think the Bosnian really should have saved that. As you can see here, it's not right in the corner. There's not too much power, and unfortunately you can only tip the ball onto the underside of the bar, and the ball goes in. This was JJ's shot this time, brilliantly saved by Begovic before Stoke managed to clear. And it looked like it was going to be our game. It looked like we were going straight back to Wembley for the FA Cup final. Stoke weren't really pressing. However, unfortunately for us, Viola skips past Choi, and Klein unfortunately lunges in. It's a definite penalty. I got to be honest, my composure was really bad there. I just so badly wanted to get rid of the ball, and I didn't realise that he was a little bit further away than I thought. But anyway, Charlie Adams stepped up. Could he make it 2 goals here at Wembley? And unfortunately he did. De Gea dived in the right way, but as you can see, he sort of just fisted the ball into the bottom corner. That was so unfortunate. It's a shame really, because that's happened quite a couple of times for me. I've dived the right way for a penalty, and the keeper somehow hasn't managed to claw it away. But 2-2 was the final score, so a last minute penalty from Charlie Adam meant that we would go to extra time. This was De Gea making up for his I wouldn't really call it a poor piece of goalkeeping, but he probably should have saved that penalty when he died the right way. But anyway, it did go to penalties in the end. No goals in extra time. So penalties would separate us. Fortunately, Stoke didn't have Chevalier, so I knew that they'd probably hit the target a lot better. But yeah, here you see the 5 penalty takers we had lined up, and the rest of them. But anyway, Charlie Adams stepped up first, and of course he scored in the 90th minute with a penalty. So I fancied his chances there, and he did indeed send De Gea the wrong way. But this was Santana stepping up for us and smashing the ball straight at Begovic. Simple save for the Bosnian. And at this point, it looked like it was going to be my first loss on penalties in this career mode series. But Seb Larsson hitting the post here, the ball rolling past De Gea's feet. A poor penalty from Larsson meant that we had a chance to level the score up, with Casemiro taking it and putting the ball past Begovic. This time I don't go down the middle. I've really got to sort that out. I stutter and stay down the middle quite a lot, and sometimes I look very foolish. But anyway, Jamie Ness then scored a very lucky goal here, hitting the post and creeping into the other side of the goal. I suppose it was a good penalty really, but even so, JJ then stepped up, started and put it down the middle. You know, it does work a lot of the time, but sometimes you can look like a right idiot. But Viola stepped up here against David De Gea, and Viola ends up smashing the ball down the middle. De Gea dives to his left, and unfortunately that puts Stoke back in front, which meant that Nathan Redmond would have to score really here. And once again it was a stutter and straight down the middle. It was a bit to the left, but again, you know, sometimes they can look so foolish. But anyway, Jeff Cameron then stepped up for Stoke, the American. He sent David De Gea the wrong way to put Stoke within a chance of winning here, because it meant that who was this? Who was this that took it? Oh, Choi. Yeah, Choi, my South Korean playmaker, had to score, else Stoke City would be going back to Wembley. And I tell you what, that is as cool as you like under pressure, isn't it? From my 17-year-old, absolutely brilliantly. But Michael Kitely then stepped up against David De Gea, and what a fool! The worst penalty you will see in this series, surely. Absolutely diabolical. He chipped the ball a mile over, almost went over Wembley Stadium, but anyway, the last penalty was against Begovic with Anne. Anne stepped up, stuttered, and placed the ball past Begovic. So Anne sends us through to the FA Cup final. We'll be going back to Wembley to take on Chelsea in the final. They beat Spurs by 5-0 in their semi-final. Certainly wasn't as close as this one, but some superb composure from my young team, and yeah, just very, very pleased that we go through back to Wembley, where we will take on Chelsea in the FA Cup final, and that will be a live game. So yeah, look forward to that, and yeah, it should be a good FA Cup final. But anyway, as you would have heard me say, we did have the Champions League semi-final first leg straight after the Stoke game in midweek. That's why I rested my entire side, and obviously this was going to be an incredibly tough game, and unfortunately for us, Sergio Aguero put City in front here at Anfield just 18 minutes in. Couldn't really defend. It was poor defending, to be honest, but even so, what a finish from Aguero after a nice ball inside. But straight from kickoff, Mario Balotelli finds Edinson Cavani. Cavani chips the ball over looking for Balotelli. Unfortunately, Company heads the ball away, but only as far as Balotelli. He goes down. It's a definite penalty. Company takes down Balotelli. It was his mistake. He didn't clear the ball properly, and Balotelli won the penalty, and obviously he was going to take it against his former side. Steps up, stutters, and puts the ball down the middle. So yeah, that made it 1-1. So as soon as we conceded, we put ourselves back on level terms. But this was Scott Sinclair teasing Zuma here, I think it was. And anyway, unfortunately for us, Maxime Gonlons brought down, not sure who that was, but penalty to Manchester City. So 2 penalties in 25 minutes. Could Aguero do what Balotelli did, and that was put the ball past the goalkeeper? No, he couldn't. He decided to chip the ball down the middle, and it went straight into the hands of David De Gea. So still 1-1 at this stage. But this was Cavani down the left-hand side finding Maxime Gonlons. Gonlons fizzing the ball across the face of goal, but Wilshere hitting the post. So unlucky there from Jack Wilshere. But here you see, just after half-time, Nasri to David Silva. Silva plays the ball back to Nastasic. They were keeping hold of the ball really well, Manchester City. Played the ball out wide to Micah Richards here. He feeds in Jack Rodwell. I dived in with Zuma. It was the wrong decision. I thought he was going to take a snapshot and go for the bottom corner. He ended up taking a touch and putting the ball past David De Gea to make it 2-1. But straight from kickoff, we came back here with Edinson Cavani, and well, just like our first equaliser, it was to come straight from kickoff. Balotelli finding Cavani. He steps inside Yaya Toure. His shot was saved, but there is old reliable Gareth Bale with the header. He's such an amazing winger, and Bale makes it 2-2. So just like the first goal, the equaliser comes pretty much seconds after Manchester City got themselves in front. But this was Balotelli here skipping past Richards. Michael Richards, one of the best right backs in the game at the moment. Balotelli with some nice dribbling, crosses the ball in. Brilliant save by Joe Hart to deny Cavani. That kept the score at 2-2. But this was Javier Pastore down left side, skips past Kurt Zuma. He can't keep up, eventually plays the ball through, goes for a shot, and it hits the post and goes out. But full time, 2-2 the final score. So 2 away goals for Manchester City. That will make our task at the Etihad very difficult, but even so, it's not a bad result considering how good Manchester City actually are. But anyway, here you see a scout report. I think I signed a couple of these Brazilians that look quite nice. And yeah, I think that was the end of that scout, to be honest. But yeah, a couple of those players are quite nice, and hopefully they'll turn into pretty decent players in time. We've got such an amazing academy, man. It is awesome. I hope that a lot of them turn 16 come the end of the season, because I want to promote a lot of them and try them out. Obviously, Felipe Marcano being the main one. But here you see us taking on West Brom, and after that incredible result against Newcastle United, I thought, well, we've got full confidence. We should really win this game at the Hawthorns. But Ben Foster was in good form, and unfortunately for us, in the 85th minute, West Brom hit us on the counter. Jerome Thomas here, his shot was saved by De Gea. Probably should have done better. And there was Claudio Jacob to make it West Brom 1, Liverpool 0, and that is how the game finishes. So I mean, we've only lost a couple of games this season, but that loss there after beating Newcastle, a huge result. That is such a big shame. But yeah, West Brom did take the 3 points, but as you can see, we are 8 points in front of Chelsea and 10 points in front of Newcastle. So Chelsea have came from quite far behind to overtake Newcastle into second place. It still looks very likely with just 6 games to go we'll win the title. I still feel pretty confident about it, but even so, that's a huge blow. Losing that game to West Brom, had we have won that game, well, I think we would have been 11 points clear with 6 games to go, so that is a big blow. But anyway, the following game is against Manchester City, the second leg of the Champions League semi-final, and well, we of course had to score as City were in front on away goals, and it only took us 11 minutes to get that all-important first goal. Edinson Cavani getting played through, and what a great finish by the Argentine. He is so reliable when he goes through one-on-one, barely ever misses a one-on-one chance, and he didn't start there. But this was James Milner down the right hand side, skipping past Casemiro, playing the ball to Ibarbo. He plays the ball through to Javier Pastore, and the Argentine smashes the ball past David De Gea to make it Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1, or the other way around I should say. But this was an amazing save by De Gea, and the ball was eventually played out to Zaha. Zaha found Cavani, who played the ball back to Wilfried Zaha. The City players were appealing for offside, they didn't get it. Zaha goes through here, chips the ball across the face of goal, and there is Balotelli at the far post to make it Manchester City 1, Liverpool 2. Back in front, 4-3 on aggregate, and from this corner, City were really coming in hard here, and James Milner hitting the post, the ball going back out for a corner, and in the 90th minute they were dominating on corner. Scott Sinclair's bicycle kick went into the side netting, and there was the final whistle. So relieved, City were attacking so menacingly in the last few minutes, but we take the win. We go through to the Champions League final after a 4-3 aggregate win against City, where we will take on Real Madrid, and just like the FA Cup final, that will also be a live commentary, so look forward to that. And yeah, also follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The pages will be in the description below. If you want to recommend me a commentary topics for either of those finals, or just commentary topics in general from my Our Squad series, or any other live comms I may do in the future, go ahead, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and suggest me commentary topics there. But anyway, in this game we took on Manchester United. We had so many big games in such a short space of time. We took on Manchester United at Anfield, and Van Persie won a penalty just a couple of minutes in. It was a definite penalty. El Qatari tripped him up. Robin Van Persie against David De Gea, and unfortunately Van Persie with an absolutely superb penalty. Just 4 minutes in, United were in front here at Anfield, and I was fearing the worst at this point. It looked like we were going to have back-to-back losses, but this was Cavani picking up the ball and finding Wilshere. Lovely ball by Jack Wilshere out to Gareth Bale. Bale down the right hand side, eventually fizzled the ball in, and there is Cavani. He's never going to miss that chance, is he? Cavani makes it 1-1, so back on level terms here against United. This was Cavani trying to play the ball through to Balotelli, but Phil Jones loses out to Cavani. Through goes Mario Balotelli, one-on-one with Anders Lindegaard. Balotelli gets tripped up. Definite penalty. No idea why they were complaining here. Definite penalty, Lindegaard. Lucky to escape with no red card there, because it was a definite goal scoring opportunity. But yeah, it was a penalty. Balotelli won it, and of course Balotelli was going to take it. Balotelli against Anders Lindegaard steps up, stutters, and sidefoots the ball past the Dane goalkeeper. So that made it Liverpool 2, Manchester United 1, and this was Belhanda finding El Qatari, and the 6'7" Moroccan was not going to miss that, was he? Simple free header for the big man at the centre back to make it Liverpool 3, United 1. But United trying to hit back here. This was Federico Makeda finding Tom cleverly down left hand side, cuts past Azpilicueta, finds Makeda. How about that for a back heel? And that was a really nice work goal from United. Nani put the ball away eventually to make it Liverpool 3, United 2, to set up a very nervous final few minutes. This was El Qatari finding Balotelli. Balotelli 1-on-1, and Mario Balotelli, well, how cool can you get? Absolutely brilliant. Chips the ball over Lindegaard, 4-2, game sealed. 2 for Balotelli, 1 for El Qatari, 1 for Cavani, and despite Robin Van Persie's early penalty, we take the win. Absolutely crucial win, and I'm absolutely delighted with that. But here you see our youth squad monthly reports. You can see a lot of the players are 15, so I have been told that players sort of grow in age come the end of the season. So with that in mind, it looks like a lot of them are going to be 16, and especially this guy, Felipe Meccano. Absolutely cannot wait. He is going to be amazing, and I am still stuck in two minds whether I'm going to send him out on loan, or try and send him out on loan, because I know it's very hard, or make him first team, or at least put him on the bench for every game and bring him on on, just so we can improve in stats, because he could be, you know, absolutely incredible. But the following game here, and I think this is also the last game of the episode, is against West Ham United at Upton Park, and we had the chance to relegate West Ham in this game. I think we did anyway, but they were sitting rock bottom anyway, and Andy Carroll, the former West Ham striker, he obviously spent a year on loan there at Upton Park, is doing so in real life, that's what I'm referring to, made it 1-0 to Liverpool. We did have a backup side out in this game, obviously because of the games we had coming up, but even so, West Ham hit back here, Kevin Nolan getting a bit lucky and eventually smashing the ball past Nathan Beck to make it West Ham 1, Liverpool 1. But yeah, it was a good strike from Kevin Nolan right on the stroke of half time in the 45th minute. But West Ham gave the ball away here. JJ found Redmond. He found Henderson. Henderson with a nice turn. He plays the ball out to Carroll. Carroll plays the ball to Wilfried Zaha down the right hand side. Lovely Ronaldo chop, and what a strike by Wilfried Zaha into the bottom corner. That makes it West Ham 1, Liverpool 2 in the 80th minute. That was absolutely delightful for me, especially to have the goal that could well relegate West Ham. And we brought on Valbuena and Choi here for Henderson and Carroll, and straight from kickoff, West Ham eventually gave the ball away. Here we go to Nathan Redmond. Redmond gets past Jarvis. He finds John Taylor. Taylor skips past Elisu down the right hand side. Lovely piece of dribbling by John Taylor, and eventually Taylor fizzes the ball into the box, and there is Valbuena to make it 3-1, and that was awesome. And this game apparently secured us the league, but even so, as you'll see in a minute, it didn't officially secure us the league, although there's no chance of getting us caught. But anyway, guys, I just want to say a big thank you. I've just noticed we're coming towards the end of the hour. A big thank you to everyone who has watched this video. I understand that not a lot of you could have done because it is a long time, and not a lot of you have the time in the day. But if you have watched this 1 hour special all the way through, I want to say a big thank you. Comment below. What should I say? Comment below to see how many of you have watched all the way through. Just comment here's to 100 more. So just put here's to 100 more if you watched all the way through. It'll be interesting to see how many you actually have. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching. Without you guys, this series would not be possible. We would not have got to 100 episodes. So a like would be really appreciated. It keeps the series growing and going. Yeah, just a big thank you for all of you guys for watching this series and making it possible. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed episode 100. Hope you're glad it's been 1 hour long. Like I said, I know that not everyone could have watched it, but for those that have, a big thank you. And yeah, I appreciate all the support as always. It's been amazing, and hopefully we can have another 100. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for episode 101. Should be tomorrow, so I'll see you then.